There's a strange kind of intelligence that doesn't shout. It doesn't demand recognition or seek validation. It moves quietly like deep waters, unseen but powerful. And often, those who possess it don't even realize it. True intelligence, as Marcus Aurelius once wrote, is the ability to separate what depends on us from what does not. It's not just about what you know, but how you move through chaos without losing your center. Let's explore 4 signs that reveal a mind far deeper than you think. Sign 1. You question your own thoughts before you question others. There's a moment before every reaction, a silence where the wise pause. Most people rush to defend their beliefs. The intelligent pause to dissect them. When something angers you, you don't just lash out. You ask, why did this touch me? When someone disagrees with you, you don't seek to win, you seek to understand. Epictetus taught that it's not what happens that matters. And that's the essence of a sharp mind. One that sees beyond the immediate emotional wave. People mistake silence for weakness, but silence is often the weapon of the intelligent. It's in silence that you gain clarity, that you untangle your emotions before they own you. When others speak just to be heard, you remain still listening. You study patterns, motives, and meaning. You understand that what people reveal, when they talk too much, is often their lack of control. And so you build your intelligence, not through noise, but through mastery of attention. You think deeply, but you don't overthink. You feel emotions, but you don't drown in them. You're not detached. You're disciplined. That's the first mark of higher intelligence awareness before reaction. Sign 2. You feel everything deeply, but you don't let it control you. There is a kind of intelligence that isn't found in books or theories, but in the way a person feels the world. It's the quiet ache that comes from seeing too much, feeling too much, and still choosing peace. You see, people think intelligence lives only in the mind, but those who've suffered, those who've been broken open by life, they know that true wisdom comes from mastering. Once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The highly intelligent person doesn't suppress their emotions. They observe them. When anger rises, they don't explode. When sadness comes, they don't sink. They sit with it. They let the feeling, because they know that emotions are not enemies. They are signals. Signals of where we still lack control, where we still depend too much on others for peace. And so they practice stillness, not as a performance, but as survival. The world calls them emotionless, but they aren't cold. They're simply trained to see how the mind can create chaos if left unchecked, where others drown in waves of feeling. They stand at the shore, watching, breathing, learning. This ability to feel deeply without losing control is a rare form of brilliance. It means you've transcended the primitive urge to react and instead mastered the art of endurance. The Stoics called this apatheia, not apathy, but freedom from passions, control. To live without being a slave to emotion. To experience life fully but never be owned by. And here's the paradox. Because you do not let your emotions control you, your emotions become clearer, more profound, more meaningful. You feel the world as it is, not distorted through fear or ego, but raw, alive, and true. That's why intelligent souls often appear distant. They're not running from life. They're walking through it consciously. They don't need to prove they care. Their composure already shows it. They don't need to explain their calm. It's written in their eyes. The eyes of someone who has seen storms and chosen stillness. Anyway, true intelligence is not loud. It's not about showing you're smart. It's about staying sane in a world that thrives on chaos. You may feel misunderstood because of your calm, but that calm is your weapon. Because when the world panics, when everyone reacts, you remain grounded. You become the eye of the storm, the unmoved center in a spinning world. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And that's the core of all deep intelligence. Mastery of the inner world before the outer. 1. So if you often find yourself feeling deeply, yet speaking little, if you can endure discomfort without losing yourself, you carry the mark of higher understanding. You are not cold, you are controlled. You are not detached, you are disciplined. You have built your calm through fire, and that makes it unbreakable. That is not just emotional strength, it's the highest form of intelligence. Sign 3, you question everything, even yourself. There's a kind of intelligence that doesn't seek answers. It seeks truth, and truth for those who can truly handle it is never comforting. Deep thinkers don't take things at face value. They don't just believe what the world tells them. They dissect it, question it, and trace its roots back to the foundation of reason. This habit is both a blessing and a burden, because the more you see through illusions, the lonelier the world becomes. Seneca once said, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable, but that power comes with a price." To think deeply is to destroy the illusions that once gave you comfort. It means seeing manipulation where others see charm, weakness where others see confidence, and truth where others refuse to look. You begin to understand that most people don't want the truth. They want reassurance. They want noise, distraction, and validation. But deep thinkers crave something far rarer: clarity. You don't just want to know what's true, you want to live by it even when it hurts. That's why true intelligence often appears restless. You can't settle for shallow conversations. You can't stand meaningless small talk. Your mind demands depth. Why things happen, why people suffer, why we repeat the same mistakes again and again. You can't look away from the patterns, even when they disturb you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth by which no one was ever truly harmed." That's the essence of intellectual strength, being humble enough to doubt yourself. Deep thinkers don't cling to being right, they cling to being real. They've learned that pride blinds the mind faster than ignorance ever could. So they let go of ego. They observe their thoughts, as a Stoic would, dispassionately, like clouds passing through the sky. They ask, why do I believe this? Where does this thought come from? Is it truly mine, or something I've absorbed from others? This constant questioning leads to a kind of awakening, a painful one. Because once you see how much of life is built on illusion, you can never return to blindness. You start noticing how people chase approval instead of truth, pleasure instead of peace, success instead of purpose. You see that most suffering is self-inflicted, born not from reality but from false expectations of it. And slowly you begin to detach, not out of arrogance, but out of clarity. You learn that detachment doesn't mean not caring, it means caring correctly. It means not letting your emotions cloud your perception of what is you. Stop chasing what doesn't matter and start mastering what does your mind. This is what separates the intelligent from the impulsive. The intelligent are not quick to speak, they're quick to reflect. They don't seek victory in arguments, they seek understanding. They know that wisdom isn't in being loud, but in being still enough to see. Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." And that's the quiet power of deep thinkers. They never stop learning. They live in the tension between knowing and not knowing. They understand that the world is full of uncertainty, and instead of fearing it, they embrace it. If you are one of them, you probably feel misunderstood. You might even doubt yourself, thinking, your constant questioning means you're lost. But understand this, your doubt is a sign of depth. The shallow never question themselves. Only those who can see both sides of truth can feel the burden of its weight. You are not lost, you are exploring. You are not uncertain, you are awake. And that constant questioning that makes others uneasy is the very thing that will make you free. Sign 4. You find peace in solitude, not in attention. Most people fear silence because it forces them to hear their own thoughts. But for a deep thinker, silence is not a void, it's a sanctuary. It's the space where the mind sharpens, where emotions are examined, and where truth finally speaks. In a world obsessed with noise, with endless scrolling and shallow conversation, the one who can sit alone without craving attention is not antisocial. He is rare. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, wrote in Meditations, 06, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." To the deep thinker, solitude is not loneliness, it is clarity. While the world runs in circles, seeking validation, we retreat not out of pride, but out of self-preservation. Because when you think deeply, you realize that constant socialization comes with a cost. Your peace, your focus, your essence. Society tells us that connection defines value, that the more people you please, the more you matter. But a Stoic mind knows this is a lie. True value is not built on how many people see you, but on how well you see yourself. The more you know your thoughts, your motives, your fears, the less power the outside world has over you. Epictetus once said, If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. That is the quiet rebellion of the deep thinker. You detach from the need to be understood, and in doing so, you begin to understand yourself. You no longer chase the energy of the crowd. You protect your own. You start to see that solitude isn't the absence of people. It's the presence of strength. It's the art of sitting in stillness while your mind burns with observation. It's where you notice the subtle things others ignore, the patterns of human behavior, the lies we tell ourselves, the pain hidden behind smiles. And the more you see, the harder it becomes to blend into the illusion. People might call you distant, mysterious, even cold. But that's because they confuse silence with emptiness. What they don't see is that within your silence lies discipline, awareness, and control. You've learned that energy is sacred, and you refuse to waste it on shallow exchanges. Seneca once said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." That's the Stoic view of connection. Selective, purposeful, and rooted in growth, not escape. Deep thinkers do not isolate to run from the world. They isolate to return to it stronger. When you are alone, you can finally hear the voice beneath all distractions, the voice of reason, untouched by noise. You learn to separate your feelings from your judgments, your emotions from your reality. And that's what makes you powerful. You don't react, you reflect. You don't crave validation, you create meaning. In solitude, you begin to see how fragile most relationships are. Built on convenience, not truth, on comfort, not growth. You realize that being surrounded by people can still feel emptier than being truly alone. Because unless a connection challenges you to rise above your own weaknesses, it only feeds them. The world teaches us to fear being alone, but Stoicism teaches us to master it, because the one who can stand alone is the one who no longer fears loss. He no longer depends on the opinions of others to feel worthy. His value is internal, unshakable, immovable, and earned through quiet introspection. That is why deep thinkers glow differently. Their energy doesn't come from attention, it comes from alignment. They don't need to be seen, they need to see. They don't want to impress, they want to understand. And when you reach that level of awareness, peace becomes your natural state. So if you find comfort in solitude, if your soul feels more alive in silence than in noise, don't mistake it for weakness. It's the mind of a philosopher forming within you, the kind that doesn't escape the world but transcends it. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And sometimes the only way to your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And sometimes the only way to improve those thoughts is to be alone long enough to hear them. Get exclusive content and deeper insights. Join our membership today. Link in the description. If this resonated with you, subscribe to the Stoic Verse for more wisdom to guide your journey. Umrilla.